Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It is me, Lasty here. Welcome to episode number 60 of the Road to Glory here on FC25 Ultimate Team. Happy Wednesday, my friends. Happy hump day. You are up that after today's work or school, you're at the top of that hump and it is down plain sailing towards the weekend, which is great news. So if you enjoyed today, do me a little favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe as well if you're new, and don't forget all my social links are down below. I sort of knew this day was coming for a while. I've been letting a few EVOs sort of stack up. And today was a day where I wasn't going to be streaming. I had no rivals to play. And I just needed to grind out squad battles and rush for evolutions. All right. I can also remove that Mbappe and Paralluello from the team because they, of course, now are expired. I would say goodbye, but I really should say good riddance, I think. I feel like quite a lot of us would feel that way. But as you can see here, I've decided to put together a 4-2-2-2, not off anyone's actual tactics, so maybe it won't perform very well. But of course, we still have Patelas in the club, in the squad, yet to have really given her a go online too much, but that will come when I do my playoffs and also the new week of rivals, and then of course champs at the weekend. So interesting to see how she'll perform as a wide cam. I get the impression that maybe she's more of a centre mid or a central cam, but we'll see what happens with how she performs in the 4-2-2-2. So I am going to spend 80,000 coins to upgrade the Swedish international Jens Kajuste, who is on loan at Ipswich from Napoli this season. I'm going to put him into that Rodri SBC so that we can get him up to an 83 rated card with Tiki Taka Plus and some pretty good stats. I'm also going to go ahead and spend nothing on the next one for Jacob Greaves, of course. He's already been given a decent pace boost by an earlier Evo, which never even upgraded his overall rating. And then we're going to put him into the, whatever it was, some sort of Centurions evolution. And then the last part of my FC points, I'm going to spend them on Clarkey. We're going to put it on Harry Clark for the no pressure evolution. I've been sort of thinking about it for a little while. Who do I put in this one? Which player can I actually pop in here? And we're going to turn Harry Clark into a member of the Hullet Gang Club 80 with some pretty nice stats and press proven plus. So that's sort of like the task at hand. And obviously what we will get throughout the episode is some random objective packs here, there, and everywhere for playing Rush, for getting parts of evolutions done, for getting parts of my weekly objectives and other random objectives that are out done. Going up levels by getting SP, we'll get packs for that. So yeah, there's going to be all sorts of packs throughout the episode as well, including stuff like this Ballon d'Or challenge number 4. Should I say, gives us a rare players pack, and then it also completes an entire group of objectives, the Ballon d'Or completionist, which gives us an 84 times 4 and an 80 plus rare gold player. So potential here to get something. You know, I'm looking for walkouts, I'm looking for promo cards. We of course have Centurions icons out as well. That'd be really cool to pack one of those at some point. First pack is one of our more commonly packed players, is Angel Di Maria. I've seen this guy not walk out, but I've seen this card come out of the tunnel plenty of times in FC25. Next up, we have the rare players pack. Then a 50k pack doesn't give us a walkout today, unfortunately. Maybe another day we'll get the walkout or the Centurions from it, but it is going to be a Casemiro. I think when I opened that, I was like, that's Casemiro. You know how some players, you can just tell their silhouette. You just know exactly who it is. And 2 84s in that one, couple 83s, but not much else. And then the 84 times 4 is going to give us a walkout, right wing English. So I'm like, ooh, I haven't packed Saka yet on this game, and it looks like a double walkout as well. And then I see Man City, and I'm racking my brains as to think, like, who is this? Because I know it was a male. And then I was like, it's the legend that is Phil Foden, one of my favourite players on this game. I've often seen him in a cam role, so I'm used to seeing CAM underneath that 88 there rather than right wing. So yeah, that's why I didn't instantly like it instantly didn't flash into my brain. But we also get the extinct Alvarez, who used to play for Man City, now plays for Atletico, who can go into a Centurions evolution and looks pretty good. But yeah, buzzing to get a first owner Phil Foden. I think I'll keep that one. It's great fodder, but I think I'll definitely keep it. Now, after a few squad battles matches, I think 5 squad battles matches, we get Jacob Greaves up to just a 77, but with a Centurions Evo card design and much better defending and physical than he did have. So that's a bonus. We've then been playing quite a lot of Rush with Harry Clark to try and boost his card up. Now that was, I will say, challenging to play drop-in Rush games. Yeah, it's quite something. I hope there are some changes made to that mode soon, because the amount of like AFK people, or the ones that just quit and then it's the CPU and people playing people on side all the time, it's not the greatest. And yeah. Anyway, so to be playing that drop-in was not the most fun I've ever had, but it obviously got certain parts of the evolution done. My main gripe, and I think I've mentioned this on video a couple of times before, is that especially for these paid evolutions, I don't know why you're forcing me into either Rush or Rivals, rather than taking the squad battles aspect or the like a live FUT friendly away from me. Especially when they're paid, it should be like super easy to get the overall completion of that evolution done. And then the free ones, maybe that's where you sort of like cut off the easier game modes. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Anyway, I think for the very, very last game of Rush that I needed to play with Clarky, to get him from stage 2 of the Evo up to, you know, fully completed, I also needed to get like a couple of games where I conceded less than 2 goals. I think I'd got all the goals or assists that I needed to get with him, because that also came into effect. So that it definitely led me down the go into Rush rather than Rivals, because I'm upgrading a right back here who can also play centre back. He's not going to get many assists or many goals, whatever one it was for his evolution. And I don't really do much in this game, especially when I'm using a defender in Rush. I will a lot of the time kind of sit back and try and be that guy that just like plays the defender role, especially with a bunch of randoms, because everyone, it seems to be just like who can get the ball, not pass it, and dribble as far as you can, then lose the ball, but everyone's up the pitch, so then we're going to concede. I just try and do the defender role a little bit. That's why you'll see me basically all the way back when I'm playing Rush, especially with a defensive player. But we actually forced a little rage quit, which doesn't happen very often, and we turn our 84 Harry Clark into an 86 Harry Clark with a playstyle plus, a member of the Hullet gang, club 80, 87 pace, and like 80 shooting, and 80 defending and decent dribbling and passing. It's a very, very nice card. And actually, I think probably usable even in like a main squad. Him and Leif Davis have now got good 86 rated left back and right back. Pretty happy with that, I have to say. Evos are definitely going better this year than they did last year for my Ipswich Town lot. And it obviously helps that we had quite a lot of upgrades and that we now link to Premier League players rather than Championship and stuff. Because just to mention once more, Ipswich Town are Premier League. And yes, we have got a win. We beat Tottenham. Get in there. Anyway, how very Spursy. But yeah, as you can see, I played a couple more squad battles matches, I think, to get some Centurions stuff done. The 10 by 10 or whatever it was. So a few more packs to open up now. And more Foundations objectives, because they've, for some reason, renewed and all sorts. So yeah, I think we're 2 out of 3 Evos fully completed today. We've gone up a few levels in the seasonal objectives, and I've got some more Rush to play that I don't need to show you, of course, but to try and work on Jens Kajuste. So that's the most difficult part, and the kind of the part that I was leaving and like get the easier ones done. And then I knew that I was going to have this Kajuste to do, and it was going to be like a 67 rated, or no, what is he, like 72, 73 rated card with some pretty horrific stats, and I've got to go into Rush with that and hopefully try and perform so that I can get goals, get assists to get my upgrades for my Evo, and that's not easy with a silver card when everyone else is running around with their crazy cards. But, you know, it's possible. Anyway, Brazilian centre mid or CDM from the Prem. That is not Casemiro that time. It's going to be a Bruno Guimaraes, someone that we actually packed the other day as well, I think. So yeah, welcome back to the club again, or welcome to my duplicate storage for now. You'll probably go into some sort of SBC. And here we have an 83 times 5. Can we get a walkout from this? No. No light at the end of the tunnel. But we can get a player that was well and truly beaten by Ipswich Town the other day, and that is James Maddison. You do have to ask the question, what colour is East Anglia? Is it blue and white or is it yellow and green? To the ex-Norwich man. But anyway, yeah, we we end up packing Maddison from that one. And then moving on to something else. This is what the current Ipswich squad looks like. We could field basically a full team, just obviously with Tim Howard in goal. I could put Smodics in to get a card design a little bit like Jacob Greaves. But I'm kind of holding off because I don't know if maybe him or Delap might get an inform this week for when we won at the weekend. Maybe Delap would get an inform. That would be cool if it was possible. But I guess they'll probably forget about us again. But this is our main current squad. As you can see there, taking out the Serie A fullbacks to put in Harry Clark and Leif Davis. So we've got a little bit of a Ipswich contingent in the starting 11. Because we've taken Jack Taylor out to put Patry in so that she can link up with Pateas. Now, I did this Ballon d'Or upgrade. It's very expensive for what it is. It says an 81 rated squad, but it felt a lot more than that. It felt like the 2 blocks did not have any rating attached to them. And I get a Norwegian striker from the Premier League? It is him, isn't it? It is that man, that robotic, crazy striker who, well, I have to say is going through that little bit of a down period right now. Started the season off insanely, though. He got like 9 goals in 4 games or something. We actually packed Erling Haaland. Very nice. Whether or not that is someone we ever use, and an inform in there as well. I have to say, despite it being an expensive SBC, that was worth it. That was totally worth it for me. We got lucky. Yeah, whether or not that's fantastic fodder or a usable card still, maybe off the bench, I don't know. We managed to pack Erling Haaland, which is cool. So first part of Jens Kuste done after playing, I think, 4 games of Rush, which they do seem to last forever. I also got into a little bit of a there was a period in Rush where my opponent had 3 CPU AI players, right, and then him, and he was AFK. So every time we scored, a CPU player would play it back to the AFK player who wasn't moving. The 2 wingers, who were also AI, were just running up and down the wing, and we would just nab the ball and score a goal. And that game, thank God, me and one of my teammates decided to grab that ball and keep hold of it after we were like 6 or 7-1 up, because that game could have lasted legit forever. Because we could have just kept scoring and scoring and scoring and scoring, and the timer would barely move down on the clock. So yeah, that's a weird situation that I haven't been in before. But as you can see, things have been going on in the background. I think I maybe have got Jens Kuste up to, what level is he at right now? 81? We're at an 81 rated Swedish international at the moment. So that's pretty good. I've just got to play a little bit more Rush, and that has now reset as of the time I'm filming, so I can earn points for the next week. We're going to end the episode with the Total Rush / RTTK pack. This is someone, unfortunately, that we have packed before. Not that we currently have in the club, but this Dutch winger from the female Bundesliga. What is it? Berenstein, I believe. I can't really see the writing. But yeah, we pack her again. It's not the greatest one. It's sort of a lower end value type of player. And then we could do one of these triple upgrades that came out last night. You can do 2 of them every 24 hours? I don't know. We do get a walkout. It's going to be an English CDM from the Prem. That's a Declan Rice. And I don't see any extra light ups there, so it's just going to be the single walkout of an 87 rated Declan Rice. But honestly, I was kind of expecting to just get 3 83s. So we'll take the walkout. We've actually packed quite a few walkouts today. And also, getting that Haaland, getting that Phil Foden, great for the club, I have to say. So the fodder is building in the background. We've got this really cool squad which features a lot of the cool first owner players that I managed to get. Some of the meta players like Van Dijk. and Rashford, I guess you could say. Some good EVOs that we've done for Ipswich Town players and some of the cool like female players on the game. So we've got a real good mix right now, but I do need to actually test this squad out at some point because it's just sitting there. But as you might have guessed from the last few days' episodes, I haven't been loving the gameplay lately. So I'm kind of just sort of like trying to let time go by, and hopefully I'll feel that buzz again to play online because I've just simply not been loving it lately. But anyway, my friends, we've come towards the end of the episode. If you have enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you in advance. Subscribe as well if you're new to my channel. Cheers. And don't forget, you can follow me on all my socials. The links are down below. Have a great day. Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.